A day ago, less than 24 hours ago, the Dodgers kind of made it seem like they weren't going to do very much. And then we wake up to the Dodgers signing Edwin Diaz, the top available, well, formerly available, free agent closer. Let's talk about it here on this edition of All Dodgers. Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is the All Dodgers podcast. We hit some mez for this because it is a meh-worthy kind of short episode. My name is Clint. Find me as Real FRG on social media. All Dodgers presented by FanDuel, part of the Bleav Network podcast. And the guys on the screen are Jeff from a car, his mom's car in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and Kevin coming from somewhere in the greater Illinois area. Guys, let's just get into this. The Dodgers sign Edwin Diaz. Listen. We thought there was a possibility after Tanner Scott's friend. What's that guy's name? Went and signed with the Mets, the Devin Williams, and then all of a sudden, Edwin Diaz is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Instant reactions. Jeff, go.
Yeah, we talked about the big obstacle here being the qualifying offer. Dodgers lose a draft pick for this. And we talked about Shohei Ohtani is the kind of guy you go out and you say, well, you don't care about the qualifying offer. We're getting him. We wonder if Edwin Diaz was that kind of guy. Apparently he is. Mm-hmm. And apparently it is on their terms because this is a 3-year deal, $69 million. Pause for Clint to say nice.
Nice.
And, the Dodgers doing a 3-year deal for the best closer out there. The money, okay, give him however many a year he wants. You're only locked in for 3 years. Great deal for them. Thrilled to have him. And, yeah, it's Nicole likes me without a hat. I don't know if she likes it. She comments on it anyway. Yeah, I'm at work. But, yeah, it's a great contract for the Dodgers. I love it.
Kevin, you're the guy who inspired the title. You said it's a dream contract because you're a big fan of the nice 69, but a 3-year deal. We were under the assumption he was seeking a 5-year deal, but apparently he really wants to win. What are your thoughts about Edwin Diaz coming to the Dodgers?
Yeah, with any free agent, it's never, at least with the Dodgers, it's not about the total money. It's about how many years are you committed to this player. They're getting Edwin Diaz, one of, if not the best closer in baseball, for less total money and less years than they signed Tanner Scott, which is absolutely hilarious when you ask me. They will. He did have the qualifying offer attached to him, so I Bleav they'll lose international free agency money and draft positions. But right now, who cares? Because they're trying to three-peat. That draft pick doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot when you're in this kind of window, when you're in this kind of run that the Dodgers are on. 3-year deal for I know relievers are volatile. That's a given. Yeah. Edwin Diaz, even when he's bad, is still really good. So it's one of, if not the least volatile reliever I've personally ever seen, at least in this day and age. All the underlying stuff loves him. His numbers are really good for 3 years. He can't play in the WBC. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. Or if you can, he's not allowed to jump. All right. His feet have to stay on the ground.
You can't celebrate. That is very, very fair. I mean, you said a lot there. That was all right. He is, obviously was the top arm available heading into this market. He has always been good, even when at his bad, which was in 24, he put a 3.5 ERA together after coming off of that knee injury and the knee surgery. But he's just always been pretty dang good. One really, really bad year, his first year with the Mets. But otherwise, this is a guy who goes out there and posts. He saves. He closes games. He strikes dudes out. You pair him at the back end with a hopefully knock on desk resurgent Tanner Scott, you're going to be in a really, really, really good spot here. And again, like you said, the deal. I mean, you can't hate a 3-year deal. The Dodgers finally get that coveted. Let's just try to give somebody a dumb amount of money so they sign with us for short term. The Bryce Harper deal they've been trying to give out since 2018, 2019. What is this? I think 23 million AAV for a going to be 32-year-old. Top reliever by the time the season opens. I'm a little shocked. I mean, we talked a week ago, Jeff, after the Edwin Diaz, the Devin Williams deal. And to be fair, I am just waking up. Well, not really, but I haven't woken up yet and haven't had my coffee, so words are hard and all that kind of stuff. But we spoke then about like, is this the next move? But they kept telling us up to and including our show last night, hey, we're not going to be very busy. We don't need a whole lot of stuff. And then it's like, I gotcha. We're getting this dude.
Yeah, well, like I told you, need is relative. Andrew Friedman is my wife when I ask if she needs a Dr. Pepper. No, I don't need one, but go get me one. And that's what the Dodgers did. We don't need Edwin Diaz, but go get Edwin Diaz. It's the funny thing is, I think that the Tanner Scott deal helped this happen because I don't think Edwin Diaz would have taken a 3-year deal if there were 4 and 5 year deals available. I think 3 years was the most he was going to get from anybody. And I think part of that is because of Tanner Scott, that the Dodgers signed Tanner Scott to the long-term deal last year. And I think that made people a little bit nervous about long-term deals for relievers, even elite relievers, which is what Tanner Scott was coming into last year. And hopefully what he's going to be again in 2026. And so, yeah, I think the Tanner Scott deal helped the Dodgers get Edwin Diaz. I think this helps Tanner Scott because now he's not the man. He is a man in the bullpen, mm-hmm. and, he can be whatever role they need him to be. This is like, last year when they signed Kirby Yates, it's like, okay, yeah, Yates had a great year last year. He might be really good for them. Edwin Diaz is not a he might be really good for them. It's unless there's another freak injury, Edwin Diaz is going to be very good.
Yeah.
And there's very few relievers, like Kevin was talking about the volatility of relievers. There's very few relievers who you can be sure they're going to be good as long as they're healthy. And Edwin Diaz is one of those.
Yeah. Kevin, any thoughts coming off of that?
It's just funny to look at Andrew Friedman, how he's operated the Dodgers, like you had mentioned, back in 2018, back in 2019, 2017, and how he operates them now. He's just like clearly so over trying to find relief pitchers, like dumpster diving for the Shelby Millers of the world, for the Chris Martins of the world. No offense to them. They were great for the Dodgers. Ryan Brazier, same deal. He's like so overdoing that. He's like, just get me the top guy so I don't have to try this hard. Same with starting pitching. He was just over it in 23. He's like, screw this. We're not doing this again. We're not having Lance Lynn start for us in a playoff game. We're going to have so many starting pitchers that we're going to have like top prospects that might not have a spot on the roster, but they would have a spot on like pretty much every other team in baseball. But we have so many starting pitchers that might not be the case. It's hilarious. And I think the Tanner Scott deal for sure, but also going back to back, if the back-to-back champs offer you the most money per year to come join them and be like, hey, we're trying to three-peat over here. We clearly know how to win. Like most of our guys are staying here. Like that makes it that much more enticing to join. Maybe back in 2018 or 2019 when they were trying to hand Bryce Harper this contract, maybe he wasn't as sold on like this window that the Dodgers are in, but it's impossible to deny the window when they just did it again.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely the winning window, and I had just put from Fabian Ardea a look at what the Dodger bullpen is like now, which is definitely a win now kind of bullpen, and there's still a lot of offseason. There's still a lot of winter meetings left for them to maybe add more at some point. There's still enough winter and spring for them to hopefully re-up on a deal with Evan Phillips, and he comes back later in the season. But you got Edwin Diaz, Tanner Scott, Alex Vesia, of course, returning a little bit of a wild card there, a pretty big wild card, honestly, with Blake Trinan, Brusdar Graterol hopefully coming back and being back to the bazooka we know and love. Bonda lives. Ben Kasparius, Will Klein, but you can expand upon that. You also have Justin Wrobleski in there. You have Kyle Hurt in there. Maybe you have River Ryan in some capacity in the bullpen. This is a dangerous bullpen to go with a very, very dangerous starting rotation. Now, we said last year it looked like a pretty dangerous bullpen. It didn't quite shake out that way. But if you're trying to put yourself in the best position to win, which is what we saw them do last year towards the end of spring training by landing Scott and landing Kirby Yates, like you guys are mentioning, it was hey, let's make this bullpen idiot-proof. well, they decided to be idiots and be winning proof or closing proof or whatever. But you get as much of the best talent as you can. You hope for bounce backs for a couple of those dudes, and you're going to be in a very, very good spot. But great day. We'll find out more. I don't think they're done. I don't think the Dodgers are done. The plan was always to make this a little bit shorter of a show. The final thing I'll say, as we tease, we'll probably be back later on this afternoon, and I'll give you guys a moment to each have final thoughts on Edwin Diaz and all of this kind of stuff. But Scott Boras is doing that Scott Boras thing, Jeff, talking about Dodge.
Terrible alliteration?
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was so bad.
Scott Boras kind of teasing in his own dumb way Cody Bellinger and the Los Angeles Dodgers, speaking in code, as we see here on the screen if you guys are watching and not listening, said it would be hard for a team to, quote, dodge a change to add him, so take that for what you will. Listen. Scott Boras is an idiot, but, I mean, he's good at his job. Maybe we're
as long as his
about...
job isn't coming in with good puns, because he's not good at that part of his job.
No, but he's good at getting the money. Anyway.
Oh, sorry, were you done?
Yeah, I'm done enough.
Good, because I want to talk now. You popped up that list from Fabian of potential Dodgers bullpen, and I mentioned that how this signing helps Tanner Scott. But everybody else on that list too. Blake Trinan, so much less pressure on that dude now.
Yeah.
To coming into what's probably the last year of his career, and not having to be the man. He's fourth on the depth chart probably. Less pressure on Brewstar coming back from injury. He can kind of ease into it. Ben Casparis and Will Klein, both guys with great stuff, trying to lock down a spot in a major league bullpen. So much easier to do that when, hey, you're going to be a sixth inning guy, seventh inning guy, matchup guy. We don't need you to be the man. Like, signing the man makes it so much easier for all the guys who will benefit from not having to be the man, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Taking some of that pressure off, if Will Klein is picking up big innings, I'd be kind of shocked, but that's another conversation we could have. But, letting Blake try and kind of ease into the season if he needs to, or Ben Casparius not need to be as overused early in the season when you have the top right-handed pitcher that was available.
Oh, yeah, Jack Dreyer. Remember Jack Dreyer?
Oh, yeah, he's not even on that
list
either.
The Dodgers' most reliable reliever last year? Didn't even make anybody's list.
Not even on the list.
The lack of respect. Kevin, your final thoughts on all of this?
Where I ultimately end on landing on this is, one, it's a great signing, but two, I'm really curious to see what this means for the rest of free, because today was the first flurry of moves, right?
Yeah.
Schwarber signs, Edwin Diaz is signing. I wonder what this means for the Dodgers moving forward. They said they weren't going to make a big splash, which is fine. We all know not to listen to anything that Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes or any of the Dodgers front office say, but okay, they landed this free agent. Maybe they're surprised that Edwin Diaz took it. Andrew Friedman might be sitting there going, "Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Come over here." Does this move allow them incentivize them to be more aggressive? On the flip side, are other free agents that the Dodgers have arguably been in on, maybe been extended an offer for these short-term high AAVs, see Edwin Diaz do this and go, you know what? Why not? If he's doing it, he's joining them, and they're shoring up their spots. Do they accept those offers? I'm really curious to see what this means for the free agents, the Dodgers free agency class moving forward, because a signing like this, I think we're all pretty surprised by it. At least I am, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to land Edwin Diaz. I didn't expect Edwin Diaz to take a 3-year deal.
That's the one. I didn't think they would go to a five-year deal.
It's crazy to me. That's shocking. So maybe for other free agents, they see this too and go, that blue does look really good. It's a nice uniform.
Yeah, I think Blake Snell kind of started that landslide last offseason.
Fair.
It's the same kind of thing. And obviously it goes back to Ohtani 2 years ago today, deciding to come to the Dodgers.
It was.
And,
Dodgers pitcher signing day, December 9th.
Yeah. Guys who play for non-U.S. teams in the WBC sign with the Dodgers on December 9th.
All it takes is apparently Mrs. FRG's birthday, so happy birthday to Mrs. FRG. Good morning, also, by the way. Mario talking about how myself, and Kevin look. We were clearly crying, not at all sleepy. No, I haven't even taken my morning shower, so I got to get into the shower. Yet. I'm sorry.
It's already afternoon for Kevin.
Yeah, well, he's just a
it's 11.
POS.
It's 11.
Right,
but yeah, a great day. Joseph Lackey in the chat says, great day. He's been a Dodger fan since 1959. It's the greatest time in Dodger history, and we've talked about this a lot. Guys. Really soak up this era of Dodger baseball. It is a fun time to be a Dodger fan. We'll end on his brother, Francisco Diaz, with the $4.99 super chat. I should probably push the button.
He's been calling it.
Yeah. It says, ask and you shall receive. I did my fair share of asking, and I finally got my wish. Possible long-lost cousin is officially Dodger. Edwin Diaz is a Dodger.
Sound the trumpets, baby.
Yeah, does he bring the trumpets?
No.
This is something
He needs to change to Freaks, the better Timmy Trumpet song. Freaks is so good. It would be an awesome walk-in song. Like you got the clap it.
Well, he could walk up to a Disney song for all I care. He could do the whole.
That worked for Craig Kimbrell.
It did. Yeah, it did work.
He could do that.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
I'm rooting for Freaks by Timmy Trumpet. It's such a good song. I want to hear that at Dodger Stadium so bad. I mean, Edwin, if you're listening, switch it up, baby.
We could just send like Dieter Rule a text or DJ Severe. They'll hook it up for us. Friends of the show here, even though I haven't had him on this particular show. But Noah Ortega says for $1.99 says I just woke up. Buenos dias, fanáticos. That's right. It is a good day.
Yep.
Dodgers land, Edwin Diaz. That's the news. That's what we got today. We'll probably be back live later this afternoon in the 4:00 Pacific time hour. Guys, tune in then for more reactions. Maybe Cody Bellinger's a Dodger. Who knows? We'll see what else happens. But for now, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us here on this. My
beard looks so white in the sun. Man, I look so old.
I mean, you could have just said, man, I look so old, and that could have been your whole statement. Please like the show, subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it if you did. We're trying to get to 25,000 subscribers. If you want to talk more about this signing, check us out on the Discord, which you can get to through the Patreon, patreon.com/RealFRG, or click the join button here on YouTube. All the links will be in the description of this video below. It's $5 a month to support the show, support independent Dodgers coverage here on the YouTube. And with that, you get access to our Discord server where we're definitely going to be reacting about this. And I'm sure everybody reasonably speculating about what the next move will be, so do check that out. All Dodgers is presented by FanDuel, part of the Bleav Network podcast, and with nothing else to say, we'll say bye.